Hello and welcome to Elections 360 with me, Shobhana K. Nair. Polling for three phases of elections is over, four more to go. Out of the 543 seats, votes have been cast for 282. Voter turnout for all the three phases in 2024 has been lower than that of 2019. Now, these figures can be interpreted in any way. Those who believe that the BJP government is coming back to power claim that there is no anti-incumbency against the Narendra Modi government, and which is why the voters are not lining up to the polling stations to bring in a change. But those who are hopeful of a better performance from the opposition claim that it is the core vote bank of the BJP which is not turning up at the polling station because of the 10-year fatigue with this government. We will know for sure only on June 4th which of this forecast is correct. But obviously, do brace yourself on June 4th for many told you so moments. But for now, we are taking you to the Krishnanagar Lok Sabha constituency. In the Battle of Plassey in 1757, East India Company under Robert Clive defeated the last independent ruler of West Bengal, Sirajud-Daulah, and this was the onset of the British rule over India. The grounds of Plassey no longer exist, but the echoes of this 267-year-old battle can be heard in the Krishnanagar Lok Sabha constituency. You may be wondering how and why. We will be joined by my colleague and friend Shriparna Chakravarti, who is just back from the constituency, who will explain this and more. So we have Shriparna with us, who's going to explain to us what exactly is the connection between Battle of Plassey and the Krishnanagar Lok Sabha constituency.
So, as you drive down NH12 from Calcutta, you come across a very nondescript sign now called Plassey. In Bengali, it's called Polashi. Now, this is the place where the Nawab of Bengal, then Nawab of Bengal, Sirajud-Daulah, was defeated by Robert Clive, the East India Company, and that is what established the company rule in India. Now, Mir Jafar was the general of Nawab Sirajud-Daulah, who betrayed him and helped defeat him. Krishna Chandra Roy, the then Raja of Nadia district, he helped Mir Jafar and in a way helped defeat Sirajud-Daulah. And the daughter-in-law of this family, the current daughter-in-law of this family, Amrita Roy, is the BJP candidate.
Who's also called the Rani Ma.
Who's also locally known as the Rani Ma, though there is... there are two kind of narratives. One is that...
And on the other side, we have...
Mahua Moitra.
Trinamool Congress's
Mahua Moitra, right? Who's a modern elite face of Bengal, Now, the narrative one is that Sirajud-Daulah was defeated by Krishna Chandra Roy and he helped establish East India Company rule. This is the Trinamool Congress narrative. The first narrative which the BJP tried to weave or is still trying to weave is that Sirajud-Daulah's rule was very unpopular. People were very unhappy. And when he was defeated, it also put an end to, a very unpopular, if I might say, unpopular Muslim rulers' rule in Bengal.
Yeah, and then they established the Sanatan rules.
The Sanatan rule. No, help save the Sanatan Dharma. Otherwise, as Amrita Roy herself has said, in that conversation with the Prime Minister on telephone, that, this is what saved Sanatan Dharma in Bengal. Otherwise, the world would have been different in Bengal.
That call was important in establishing the importance of the Krishnanagar Lok Sabha constituency, because Prime Minister made a call to her just after her name was announced by the BJP.
Just two candidates he called, I think. One was Rekha Patra of Sandesh Khali, which is another core area for BJP, and the Krishnanagar candidate. Now, this is one of the things which the BJP has been trying to talk about. The candidate, the central leadership.
So, Krishnanagar constituency comes into importance or spotlight primarily because Mahua Moitra is contesting. She is a well-known face who has dominated social media with her anti-BJP speeches. But in December, she was expelled from the Lok Sabha after the Ethics Committee found her to have asked
allegedly to have asked questions on the behest of industrialist Darshan Hiranandani.
Right.
Is that an issue in this election in Krishnanagar?
On the ground, it is not. People are aware of it. BJP is trying to, give an example of it as another issue of corruption, and Trinamool Congress is, putting it as that she's saving democracy kinds. But on the ground, it's not an issue. For a Trinamool supporter, it is like fine. I mean, she's doing this for saving democracy, saving anti-corruption. But how does it help my constituency? And I would like to add here that Krishnanagar also is one of, it's a very developed constituency. It's almost picturesque in the way the city is maintained, even the rural countryside. So they are interested in continuing this kind of development work and not issues which are playing out in Delhi. This is what I gathered.
Okay. So, Krishnanagar constituency has been important for BJP because for a very long time it was a left bastion and it was the BJP that broke that stranglehold and not TMC. In 1999, it was the BJP which won the seat.
Right.
Now, today, how are the odds stacked between the BJP and TMC here?
So, one thing, the left and the Congress are in an alliance this time. Now, last time the left and Congress fought separately. This time they are together. So, obviously, the votes will, it's expected that the votes will be consolidated for both the sections. Now, Krishnanagar has 7 assembly segments, out of which 4, Krishnanagar city, there are 2 constituencies in Krishnanagar city, and there is one constituency called Tehotto. Apart from these 3, the other 4, Polashipara, Kaliaganj, they have sizable Muslim populations, and sizable in the sense they're rural constituencies and the Muslim vote can swing things. Now CPM, so the CPM Congress Alliance has put up SM Sadi as the candidate. SM Sadi is a local politician. He is an ex-MLA. He was an MLA in 2011 and he is getting eyeballs. So the BJP is very confident, in fact, that the Muslim voters will vote for SM Sadi. Quite a few,
a significant
percentage will go. Their argument is that the community votes go to the community person, right? Now, the problem which might be a problem for Mahua Moitra is that her victory margin was around 63,000 votes last time. And the combined vote share, if they manage to get it this time, CPM and Congress, is double this. So either her victory margin lessens, these are all conjectures, but either her victory margin lessens or it does help Amrita Roy push ahead. Now another issue which is there is that the Trinamool Congress ground worker finds it very difficult to connect or identify with Moitra. She has run a very good campaign and she's campaigned in the interiors of the constituency, but her campaign is run by her team.
And not by the TMC.
Not by the TMC. So you go to, series after series meetings, you see meetings in support of Mahua Moitra. Not that she herself, is present there. Not officially, Trinamool will tell you, all the district level, workers will tell you that Didi will get the votes. This election is not about Mahua Moitra, votes come from Mamata Banerjee. But at the same time, I would not say off the record, but you can sense that, one person actually told me it's very difficult to stand and talk to her. If I cannot talk to her, then how can I go and ask for votes for her? Or that booth, you have to get the voters to the booth. So these are the 2 issues which are bogging her down. And BJP has put all its might in this election. From PM, Amit Shah, everybody has held roadshows there. And the BJP organization is working superbly. There is no disconnect between the BJP candidate and the organization.
Even though she's an outsider, and she joined just a few days
back, because it is driven by the party, right? One more issue, I think there was something in the Trinamool ranks at the assembly elections. I think one of the, again, that Muslim vote bank, one of the candidates had left because he didn't get a ticket during assembly elections and it stood as independent. and he got very good votes for an independent. He didn't win, but he got very good votes. So he's back now. But what people, what is panning out is that the two sets of supporters are not talking to each other. Without talking to each other, they are carrying out the. So this kind of
Dishonest.
it is affecting this campaign. Well, I mean, it is very difficult to say whether she will be.
How crucial is the Muslim vote bank for
it is quite
TMC's
crucial
victory?
Because last time, Krishnanagar city, there are two constituencies. Mahua Moitra was trailing. She started picking up only when one went towards these constituencies. It is Pollashipada, Kaliaganj, all these 4 constituencies. So it picked up there. And if this is the place. So as one said, one TMC worker only told me, a very ground worker, he said ki if SM Sadi is able to cut 5 to 6% of her votes, she's okay. But if he cuts more than 10% of her votes, she'll be in trouble. That's their assessment.
Okay, very, very interesting. As elections are, each constituency there is always a riveting contest on in Indian elections. Thank you, Shriparna, for joining us and explaining.
It was so lovely.
We shall see you in the next episode with another constituency. Thank you for tuning in to The Hindu.